Luxottica Group, founded in 1961 by Leonardo Del Vecchio, is now a vertically integrated organization, producing and distributing prescription frames and sunglasses of high technical quality and style. Luxottica has a strong and well-balanced brand portfolio that includes iconic proprietary brands as well as highly attractive and prestigious licenses. Its global wholesale network involves 130 different countries around the world. Luxottica is a listed company on the New York Stock Exchange since 1990 with a current market cap of $29 billion. In 2014, the group reported net sales of 7.6 billion euros with an EBITDA margin of 20%. Luxottica is a company with a clear competitive advantage in the industry, as shown by the highest reported return on invested capital in the last 3 years compared with its competitors. This advantage has been achieved through a successful cost leadership strategy that has allowed the firm to achieve the highest EBITDA margin within the optical industry. There are 4 different elements that can explain Luxottica's cost leadership. First, a structural resource, because Luxottica has a significant scale advantage and an unmatched distribution network. The size of the firm also allows favorable pricing from suppliers. Then, within its operations, Luxottica obtained a high level of efficiency in its inventory assortment, as the company has continuously improved its lead times, assuring better market responsiveness. Last but not least, the firm early on adopted a computerization integration in all facets of the industry's process, from design to manufacturing to inventory control, allowed Luxottica to gain its leadership position in the market.
The firm's value proposition relies on its corporate culture based on 4 pillars: imagination, passion, entrepreneurship, and straightforwardness. Manufacturing ophthalmic eyewear and sunglasses, Luxottica aims at improving the well-being and satisfaction of its customers. It also pays attention to create value for its employees and the other stakeholders. Luxottica aims at protecting eyes and enhancing the faces of men and women all over the world, offering products of high technical and stylistic quality. The brand aims at becoming the global leader in terms of design, manufacture, and distribution of eyewear thanks to high technical and design standards. To understand the challenges that Luxottica has to face, we believe it's important to assess its environment. First, the economic conjuncture affects the budget of consumers for frames. Price of oil is also a key parameter in the industry, as plastic is the main raw material. Global rise in demographics and increasing exposure to screens imply a growth of potential consumers. Luxottica also has to pay attention to development of eye surgery and lenses, as they represent substitutes for consumers. The brand must take into account the various healthcare systems, as frames are partly covered by Social Security. In addition, barriers to enter frame market are weak. Luxottica must remain a well-established and renowned firm with exclusivities. Bargaining leverage of buyers is high, as competition is rude in this sector.
To sum up, this is the impact that the different external forces have on Luxottica and what we expect it to be in 5 years.
We will now move on to a more detailed internal analysis of the company. First of all, Luxottica has a remarkable network of suppliers and distributors that allow the company to have a strategic advantage in terms of supply chain management. Indeed, thanks to its vertical integration, Luxottica have a full control on the complete process. Moreover, Luxottica benefit from a well-established expertise and know-how in terms of production that allow the company to achieve very high quality in the products delivered to its customer. Finally, another major competence of Luxottica consists in its ability to constantly innovate its product thanks to superior design and technology. Moving on to core assets of the company, Luxottica has a strong brand portfolio that includes brands such as Armani, Chanel, and many others, and these features pose a consistent barrier to potential entrant and build a strong reputation for the quality of products. Furthermore, Luxottica benefits from the strong long-term relationships with its distributors. Indeed, the company has more than 7,000 retailer stores and 143 wholesale distributors. This first analysis, it clearly follows how the effective and efficient logistic of the company is one of the major core competencies. Moreover, Luxottica has the superior expertise in terms of inventory management, which allows it to be adaptive, flexible, and responsive to the market. To summarize the previous analysis, we can map the main competencies and resources in this graph. We can see here that the major weaknesses that need to be addressed are the risk of inefficient integrations, the lack of a brand for the company itself, and we have to make sure to avoid the conflict of interest.
It appears the main challenge is to keep a wide portfolio and capture the rising demand. To overcome these challenges, we believe Luxottica needs primarily to focus on emerging markets and take care of the exclusivity of its brands. First, we observe an increasing demand in emerging markets, which are growing faster than developed countries. Thus, Luxottica should focus specifically on these markets over the next 10 years. More specifically, the company should expand its production mostly in Brazil, China, India, Mexico, and Turkey, countries where it is already present. By expanding the scale of its production and its global presence, it limits the threat of competition. Also, taking advantage of the increasing demand, Luxottica should focus on increasing its current economies of scale by expanding capacity and operating according to a profit maximization strategy. This will help the company to offset potential disadvantages due to rising costs of plastic in the next decades. Therefore, the company should operate as close as possible at the level of output that maximizes profits. In order to maintain its competitive advantage over the next 10 years, Luxottica should increase the number of patents that underpin its technological products. Moreover, the main strength of Luxottica is its strong brand portfolio. The company should spend more resources on strengthening its exclusive relationships with the designers. This would force other minor companies to exit the market and discourage any potential entrant. We would also advise Luxottica to focus on the premium segment, hence strengthening the overall image of its brand portfolio and enjoying the strong brand appeal that luxury goods have in emerging markets. We thank you for your attention and are willing to answer any question that you might have.